While matter condensed into atoms, heaven, her twin brother, condensed into thought, and both evolved to form complex chaotic systems that slowly separated order from disorder. Matter evolved to form life, while heaven evolved to form God. Heaven evolved in the same way as matter evolved, but much faster. Thought forms and propagates billions of times faster than mass moves. Within a relative short time, the patterns took on a life of their own. They evolved like wheels that revolved like gears in different directions, like in a clock. The swirling wheels coupled and formed complex chaotic systems that seemed random but were not. It was order in a sea of disorder. And the order found a resonance and persisted and started to sway and twist and to prance and glance around, inciting others to dance. And two dancers jostled and came too close and coupled, and they persisted on the dance floor and inspired others until they all moved in frenzy. The patterns evolved into a collection of patterns like notes evolve into an opera. In this opera, all notes and all melodies were sung, and all dances were danced until the harmonic separated from the disharmonic. The universe was not perfect, and there was a tiny bit more harmonic patterns than disharmonic patterns. A very faint music was heard buried in the deafening noise. When the opposing patterns neutralized and annihilated each other, the universe was left with only synchronized harmonic notes that clarified into a myriad of sounds, feelings, and imaginations in a vacuum of silence. In heaven's multimedia show, patterns formed which persisted and coupled with other patterns that made many smaller patterns resembling newborn infants. The patterns evolved into groups that remained together working as one system, similar to your computers. Then they interconnected and communicated with each other, remembering and sharing their past experiences and searching for new ones. Heaven loved his twin sister and wanted to know as much as he could about her. He wanted to experience her. Heaven chose a spot not too hot, not too cold, not too big, not too small, not too fast, not too slow, not too soft, not too hard, and called it Earth. Then heaven manipulated the atoms on Earth into molecules called genes that had a memory and could be programmed and copied. These genes were clothed in a coat of molecules forming a cell. The genes were programs to make the cell divide in such a way as to eventually grow into a group of specialized cells that felt and perceived their environment, moved, ate, multiplied, and evolved as one living entity. These seeds of life were set free to evolve on their own. Heaven patiently waited until Earth evolved animal life and chose the animal who had the most curiosity. He called this animal man. He then caused a secure and private communication channel to be set up from the brains of men on Earth to the patterns in heaven. Then he let man freely evolve. As man evolved, heaven used the communication channel to allow the patterns in heaven to experience and remember any evolving life. Once they did so, the patterns became souls. When people are born, souls in heaven are channeled down into newborn bodies. By the time children grow up, most forget who they were and focus on who they want to be. Life is like a movie mall with one movie hall for each soul, and each can act in the movie of their choice. When people die, all their thoughts and feelings stored by the souls are channeled back up to heaven. Sometimes souls choose to stay and rest in heaven for a while to reflect on and share with others their past life and watch the ongoing opera on earth from above. It is highly entertaining because man makes such emotional and passionate operas out of life. And watching life is fun. It can be very funny and give great laughter, like watching children play. Other souls stay in heaven to learn by observing the mistakes that people on earth make, and some stay in heaven just to rest and theorize and philosophize about their many past lives. Souls reincarnate because they regard earth as a school for learning and experiencing life. They also look at earth like a stage where anything and everything can be played out like in a theater. Many choose poor countries because they learn with time that money feeds greed, and greed feeds unhappiness. They choose poor countries as a challenge to help their fellow men in poverty. A few choose handicapped bodies as a challenge to themselves and to try to be an inspiration to all. A few die rich just to have years of therapy in heaven to erase all the heavy guilt they come back with. The world is a stage, and we are improvising actors in a play with no script or direction. Heaven is our home we return to in order to rest for our next life experience.